So for the Speaker to pretend that this matter is not live before the Senate is to be disingenuous. Secondly, on this particular issue of sittings in the morning where cabinet secretaries are allowed into our chamber, we as a minority side, all the senators you see here, filed a case in court. In fact, that matter is now awaiting judgment. And that is the reason why we have taken a position that if you want to bring cabinet secretaries to the floor of the House, you must amend the Constitution, not amending the standing orders the way that they did. Our position is that they amended the Constitution through the back door. That is why we do not participate in this particular, charade. So we cannot sanitize an illegality, an unlawfulness, an unconstitutional thing by going there to again ask Moses Kuria questions. And even if it was allowed, even if it was legal, we can talk to any other cabinet secretary, but not somebody like Moses Kuria, who has no respect for himself or for anybody else, has been said here.
Sana kufika pale tulipo kupata uhuru na demokrasia, na hii serikali ambayo imekuja ya Kenya Kwanza inakuja kuturegesha nyuma wakati wa giza, na hiyo ndio tunakataa. Na tunaomba na nyinyi waandishi wa habari pia mukatae kabisa kuregeshwa nyuma wakati wa ukoloni, wakati wa giza, kwa sababu hii serikali inaonekana si serikali ambayo imekuja kusaidia nchi wala kupeleka nchi mbele. Ni serikali imekuja kugandamiza wananchi, kuturegesha nyuma wakati wa utumwa.
The ethics and integrity chapter of the Constitution of Kenya has been violated because Kuria Moses has no respect for himself, he has no respect for institutions, he has no respect for this country, and the best thing the president can do before he steps down is to sack him.
CS Kuria anakumbaliwa kuongea hapa kwa Senate, ili hali alitusi watu wa media na alipotumia neno hili malaya. Kwa kawaida tunajua Kenya malaya ikiitanwa aswa ni wanawake. Na mimi kama kiongozi ya kina mama nchini Kenya, ninalaani vikali maneno aliyotumia kuita mwanahabari malaya, na kwamba yeye akiulizwa anajua umalaya wake namna gani ataelezea. Kwa hivyo sisi kana kina mama Kenya mzima tunalaani maneno Moses Kuria aliyotumia, na hapaswi kabisa kupewa nafasi kuongelea kwa nyumba la heshima.
Like Moses Kuria to appear before the Senate and soil the hallowed halls of Parliament. Moses Kuria, as you know, is the poster child of hate speech and ethnic contempt in this country. He is a very acerbic tongue. He is a staff of legend in this country. And for the Senate to afford him an opportunity to essentially sanitize himself this morning, especially in the circumstances that he is facing a censure motion that has been brought by the minority side. That motion has not been dispensed with. We want to discuss his conduct, especially his recent unwarranted attacks on the fourth estate in this country. He has threatened members of the media. We have seen other members of the administration calling the media fraternity in this country as members of AZIMIO, as members of the opposition, people who are pushing propaganda on behalf of the opposition. We as elected members took an oath in this house to protect the Constitution at all costs. And media freedom is a key pillar of any democratic state. So for somebody who has used such vile language that we cannot even repeat here, directed at members of the press, to again be allowed to speak to members of the Senate here, and to even receive live coverage from some of your media houses, is something that is baffling to many of us. For us, we have chosen not to be party to this. We have raised objection with the Speaker. The Speaker has ruled that Moses Kuria can continue, but we will have no part in it as members of the AZIMIO coalition. In fact, my friends here have suggested that when such people come to this house, in addition to the security checks that are installed at Parliament there to detect metal and the other things, we need a standby alcohol team to make sure that the person appearing before us is actually sober. But personally, I have said that in the case of Moses Kuria, blaming alcohol is a misdiagnosis.
I think is far more enough for me to add anything. We should not allow this parliament to be soiled by the character of Moses Kuria. This is a place where people debate. This is a place where the sanctity of confidence to the nation. I think it's important that such kind of persons should not even hold the position of the cabinet secretary. They don't deserve it. It's unfortunate that now we are gagging the press. It's unfortunate whatever we are doing is all the time trying to threaten the press, and I think it's not fair. Somebody like that.
And say that for starters, Moses Kuria should not have been allowed to address the Senate of the Republic. The things that he has said about media. In fact, as Senator Sifuna said, I'm actually surprised that there are some media houses that are giving Moses Kuria live coverage today. You know, if we allow these things to continue, and I have been there, I've been in the media for fairly a long time, and people like this, people who are the personification of bad manners, should never be given any media coverage. Lastly, I want to say, this country, where we are, the media will have to go back to the drawing board and decide how they are going to deal with this administration. Because it will appear like a policy has been put in place to intimidate, to harass, and to threaten media houses. And when they begin this way, they don't stop, they push. You people must push back. If we lose the media, because other institutions have been lost, if we lose the media at this critical stage in our democracy, then we'll have lost this country. So the media must dig in.